So this week we caught up with Cyril Ramaphosa. Just kidding. We caught up with what was said on the news, and this is not something that's been said just this week. He's spoken about it before, and I think that that's given a lot of us promise and enthusiasm. And let's take a look at the clip and we'll chat a bit on the other side.
The effect of the judgment of this court is to decriminalize A, the use or possession of cannabis by an adult in private for that adult person's consumption in private. In the case of cultivation of cannabis, the effect of this judgment is to decriminalize the cultivation of cannabis by an adult in a private place for that adult's personal consumption in private.
Now, this natural product, which our people have been farming with and harvesting for a number of purposes, is now going to be industrialized and no longer just being resorted to the smoke process. Last year, we committed to unlocking investment in the hemp and cannabis sector. We are moving to create the enabling conditions for this sector to grow. Now, this is an organic sector that our mothers and fathers, grandparents have been involved in many parts of the country. The Department of Agriculture, Land Reform and Rural Development, and the Department of Health will address existing conditions for the cultivation of hemp and cannabis to allow outdoor cultivation and collection of harvests from traditional farmers. Now, this will unlock enormous economic energy in the rural areas of our country, especially in the Eastern Cape, in KwaZulu-Natal and in Mpumalanga, where they've been growing this stuff over many, many years. And this stuff that has supported many children to go to school and university. And you know what stuff I'm talking about. Now, urgent work is being finalized by government to create an enabling environment framework for a whole plant, all legitimate purposes so that we can have complementarity with regard to medicines, food, cosmetics, industrial products, and aligned to international conventions and best practices. This includes the reprioritization of the departmental budgets for sector development and support for traditional black farmers and the alignment of the South African Police Service enforcement with the regulatory reforms. A growing economy must also be an increasingly inclusive economy. The inaugural Black Industrialist Conference in July of last year showed the successes of black South Africans in producing food, manufacturing that.
So, going as far back as hearing Judge Zondo give his ruling in 2018 to hearing the President more than once in Parliament mention the fact that we're going ahead with cannabis. We've heard the local previous Premier David Makura talk about Gauteng becoming the hub for cannabis. It's time for this stuff to start happening, you know, and it's interesting that the President refers to it kind of naively as the stuff. So there's this excitement around the financial opportunity, but you can see right up to the top order there's not a clear understanding of the benefits that are being lost, the value that are being lost, both from the early conversation from a medicinal benefit to the absolute value from an employment point of view and starting to create jobs on the ground. So I think that all of us need to carry this journey on, help to continue doing the self-regulating that we're doing, make sure that you have a conscience when it comes to how you're dealing with cannabis and all the people that are your customers, your club members, and let's take this thing further as quickly as we possibly can. The time is now.